Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. If you're someone who loves diving deep into the world of rare coins, you're in for a real treat today. We're going to be talking about a coin that you might have in your collection or even in your pocket change right now, the 2013 State Quarter. While most people view this quarter as just another modern coin, there's actually a lot of hidden value here, and you'll want to stick around until the end to find out why this coin can be worth up to an astounding $34,900. Yes, you heard me right, $34,900. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 2013 State Quarter worth that much? After all, there were millions of these minted. Well, the truth is, there are a few very special factors that make certain 2013 State Quarters incredibly valuable. So, let's break it down and look at what can make this seemingly ordinary coin a potential goldmine for collectors like you. First, let's talk about the basic facts. The 2013 State Quarter was part of the United States Mint's ongoing 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. However, the 2013 State Quarter falls into a different series known as the America the Beautiful program. Each year, a series of state quarters were released to represent different states, and in 2013, the quarters featured Harper's Ferry National Historical Park for West Virginia and Great Smoky Mountains National Park for Tennessee. These coins are loved by collectors for their beautiful designs and their connection to U.S. history. So why are some of these 2013 quarters worth so much? Well, it's all about rarity and error coins. Let's dive into the key reasons these coins can skyrocket in value. One of the most significant factors in determining the value of a 2013 State Quarter is the presence of a mint error. These errors happen during the production process, and when a coin is made incorrectly, it can end up being extremely rare and highly sought after. Common mint errors that increase the value of a coin include things like double dies, off-center strikes, and die clashes. Take the double die error for example. This occurs when a coin is struck twice by the same die, which causes the design to appear doubled in certain places. It's a fairly noticeable error, especially when it happens on key areas like the date or the lettering on the coin. If your 2013 State Quarter has a double die error, it could be worth thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, of dollars, depending on the severity of the doubling and where it appears on the coin. Another error to look out for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process. As a result, part of the design gets cut off, leaving the coin with an interesting and unique look. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. If you find a 2013 State Quarter that's off-center, it could turn out to be worth a lot more than just a regular quarter. Some 2013 State Quarters also feature die clashes, which occur when the dies that strike the coin come into direct contact with each other, causing parts of the designs to overlap or create an unusual pattern on the coin. These can be especially rare and are highly valued by collectors who enjoy owning a piece of history with a unique flaw. Of course, it's important to note that even without errors, the condition of the coin is key when determining its worth. Coins that are in mint state or uncirculated condition are always more valuable than those that show significant wear and tear. If your 2013 State Quarter looks like it just came off the minting press, with crisp details and no visible scratches, dings, or tarnishing, it could definitely be worth more than face value. Now, let's get to the real excitement. A 2013 State Quarter with a significant error, or one in pristine condition, has the potential to be worth $34,900. That's $34,900. Can you imagine stumbling upon a quarter worth that much? It's the kind of discovery that can change the trajectory of your entire coin collection. And the best part is, these valuable quarters aren't just found in rare collections, they could very well be hiding in your spare change. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare and valuable 2013 State Quarters? Well, the first step is to inspect it closely. Look for any of the mint errors we discussed, and check the overall condition of the coin. If you spot something unusual, like a double die, off-center strike, or die clash, it might be worth having the coin professionally graded by a trusted numismatist. Grading will give you an accurate idea of the coin's condition and value, and it's often the next step in getting it ready for sale or for adding it to your collection. If you're a seasoned collector, you might already have a pretty good eye for spotting valuable coins. But if you're new to coin collecting, it's worth taking a little extra time to research and understand the specific errors and features that make coins like the 2013 State Quarter so valuable. In conclusion, the 2013 State Quarter may seem like just another coin, but when you take into account the potential mint errors and high demand among collectors, it could be worth an impressive $34,900. If you happen to have one of these quarters in your collection, or if you find one while sorting through your loose change, take the time to inspect it thoroughly. Who knows? You could have a rare and valuable coin that's worth far more than a simple quarter. Today's video is one you absolutely can't miss. We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in recent years, the 2014 United States State Quarter Dollar. While it might seem like just another coin in your pocket, trust me, this one holds the potential to be much more than a simple quarter. If you're a collector or just curious about how rare coins work, get ready, because this could be the kind of discovery that can add thousands of dollars to your collection. You might be thinking, wait, a 2014 State Quarter? How could that be worth anything more than 25 cents? Well, you're about to find out. While this coin was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010, the 2014 release is especially fascinating for collectors due to the specific features, design, and, most importantly, the errors that some of these coins carry. These errors, which are rarer than a typical quarter, can significantly increase their value, sometimes to $32,000 or $32,000. Let that sink in for a second. A quarter that could be worth $32,000. How incredible is that? Now, let's start by taking a closer look at the 2014 State Quarter Dollar. If you've seen one, you know it features the stunning design that commemorates national parks and historic sites across the United States. For 2014, the quarter celebrates Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, which is an absolutely breathtaking national park known for its rugged terrain and rich history. This design is both artistic and historical, making the coin even more interesting for collectors who are passionate about America's natural beauty. But here's where it gets interesting. This seemingly ordinary coin has the potential to be worth a lot more than face value, and here's why. The value of coins like the 2014 State Quarter is often determined by three main factors: rarity, condition, and error types. Let's break those down one by one. First, we have rarity. While the United States Mint produced millions of these quarters, there's a small percentage of them that are considered rare because of minting mistakes. These errors don't happen every day, and they can make a big difference in a coin's value. Some of the 2014 State Quarters could feature double die errors, where the design appears doubled in certain spots due to the coin being struck twice. This is a pretty noticeable mistake, and collectors often pay top dollar for these pieces because they're so unique. Another type of error that can increase the value of these quarters is an off-center strike. Imagine a coin that's not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in part of the design being cut off or pushed to one side. If you find a 2014 quarter that's off-center, you've got something special on your hands. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes, as these off-center strikes are rare and often highly sought after by collectors looking to add something unique to their collection. Then there are die clashes. This is when the dies used to strike the coin come into contact with each other, leaving strange marks or designs that aren't supposed to be there. These unusual and rare features make the coin stand out, and collectors are more than willing to pay big bucks for a coin with this kind of error. Now, even if you don't find a coin with any of these errors, the condition of your 2014 State Quarter plays a huge role in its value. If your quarter is in mint state, meaning it looks almost as perfect as the day it was struck, it could still fetch a nice price. A coin that's been well preserved with sharp details, no scratches, and no wear is always more desirable than one that's been banged up or heavily circulated. Now, imagine finding a 2014 State Quarter with one of these minting errors, and it's in mint condition. This could raise its value exponentially, making it worth up to $32,000, yes, $32,000, which is an incredible price for a single coin. It's the kind of discovery that could completely change the way you think about coin collecting. So, what should you do if you think you found a rare 2014 state quarter? The first thing to do is to carefully inspect the coin. Look for any errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or die clashes. If you spot any of these, it's time to consult with a professional to get it properly graded. Grading is the process of assessing the coin's condition and authenticity, and it's an important step in determining its actual value. If your coin turns out to be one of the rare ones with a mint error and it's in excellent condition, you'll have a valuable piece of history on your hands. You can either add it to your own collection or sell it to another passionate collector who is willing to pay top dollar for such a rare find. So, whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures in your change jar. A 2014 state quarter with a minting error could be worth far more than you ever expected. With a little luck and a keen eye, you could stumble upon a coin that's worth $32,000. That's right, $32,000. Today's video is for you. We're going to dive into the 2015 United States state quarter dollar and explore why this seemingly ordinary quarter could actually be hiding a hefty price tag. You might be surprised to learn how rare minting errors can transform a typical coin into a $30,000 treasure. Yes, you heard that right. A 2015 state quarter dollar could be worth $30,000, and I'm going to explain exactly why that's possible. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the design of the 2015 state quarter. Each year, the U.S. Mint releases quarters to commemorate national parks and significant landmarks across the country. For the year 2015, the design is dedicated to Franklin D. Roosevelt National Historic Site in Hyde Park, New York. The coin features an image of Roosevelt's home, an important piece of American history. But don't be fooled by the beautiful, historical design. This quarter is more than just a collectible because it could be hiding something valuable. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk about what makes any coin rare or valuable. You might be wondering, what makes a coin like this one worth so much more than face value? Well, the key factors that determine a coin's value are rarity, condition, and errors. Errors are particularly fascinating because they are unexpected anomalies that happen during the minting process. And when it comes to the 2015 state quarter, there are a few errors that can make it stand out in a big way. Let's start with one of the most exciting possibilities: die errors. During the minting process, the die used to stamp the designs onto the coin can sometimes become misaligned. This results in the design appearing off-center or doubled. An off-center coin, where part of the design is missing or appears shifted, is a rarity, and collectors go wild for them. If you come across a 2015 state quarter with an off-center strike, you could have a very valuable piece of history in your hands. Another type of error to watch for is the double die. This happens when a coin is struck more than once, and the second strike is slightly misaligned. The result is a design that appears doubled. This is a subtle but noticeable error, and it can make the coin far more valuable than a regular 2015 state quarter. If you spot a double die on the Roosevelt National Historic Site design, then congratulations, you've found something special, but the story doesn't end there. There's also the possibility of die cracks. Over time, the dies used in the minting process can become damaged or worn out, causing cracks to appear in the design. These cracks are sometimes visible to the naked eye, and they can give the coin a unique, distinctive look. Coins with die cracks are often sought after by collectors because they're so uncommon. The more noticeable the crack, the more valuable the coin. Now, you might be wondering about the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have no visible wear and are as close to perfect as possible, are the most desirable. So, if you find a 2015 state quarter that's in pristine condition with sharp, clear details, and it also has one of the minting errors we've discussed, then you're holding a truly valuable piece. Let's talk about the real value of a 2015 state quarter dollar with these errors. Most of the 2015 quarters are still in circulation and worth only 25 cents. However, a coin with one of these errors, especially in near-perfect condition, can fetch a significant amount on the market. And I'm talking about $30,000, that's right, $30,000 for a single quarter. It's truly amazing how a simple mistake in the minting process can cause a coin to skyrocket in value. Now, if you're wondering how to tell if your 2015 state quarter is worth anything more than face value, the first thing to do is carefully inspect it. Look for any signs of misalignment, doubling, or cracks in the design. If you spot any of these features, make sure to have the coin professionally graded. A reputable coin grading service will assess the coin's condition, error type, and rarity, which will help determine its actual value. Once your coin is graded, you'll have a much better idea of its worth. If it's been graded highly and the errors are clearly visible, you could be looking at a $30,000 windfall. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that originally only cost a quarter. So, next time you're digging through your spare change, take a moment to look at your 2015 state quarter dollar closely. You never know, you might just stumble upon a coin that's worth a small fortune. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or a beginner, these kinds of rare finds are what make the hobby so exciting. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful and exciting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on rare and valuable coins. And if you have any questions or want to share your own coin discoveries, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Happy hunting, and good luck with your coin collecting journey.